We know that prime numbers are very important in mathematics. Why are they important? Because composite numbers, that is every composite number, can be broken down into product of primes. So you give me any composite number and I can write it as a product of prime numbers. That is why prime numbers are very important. In fact, that is why they are called prime, because they are important. So say for example 10 here, it is written as a product of 2 and 5, that is 2 multiplied by 5. 2 is a prime number and 5 is also a prime number. So I can write every composite number as a product of different prime numbers. So what happened one day was 18 was very sad. He was trying to find what are the prime numbers which will multiply to give 18. So how can 18 be written as a product of prime numbers? It was trying to find out. And suddenly 18 observed a tree. It saw how the branches of a tree break or split into smaller branches. So 18 thought, why can't I do this to myself? What if I split like the branches of a tree into smaller numbers? So see, if 18 is at the top of the tree, it can split to give 2 and 9, and 9 can further split to give 3 and 3. So what exactly is happening here? Now I know 18 is 2 into 9. So 18 can be split as 2 and 9. So 2 and 9 are actually the cofactors of 18, because 2 into 9 gives us 18. So 2 and 9 are the cofactors of 18. So I can split 18 as 2 and 9. So this is at the top of the tree and I put 2 branches. On one branch I put 2 and on the other branch I put 9. So this is what I have. Now 9 can further be split up. So 9 can be split up into its cofactors 3 and 3. So I split up 9 as 3 and 3 because 3 into 3 is 9. Now how can I split up 3? 3 can be split up as 1 and 3 only, because 1 and 3 are the only factors of 3, because 3 is a prime number. Similarly, this 3 can also be split up as 1 and 3, and this 2 can be split up as 1 and 2. But once again, this 3 will be split up into 1 and 3. This 3 will be split up as 1 and 3. So it will continue to move like this. So there is no need of doing this. When we reach prime numbers, we need to stop. So I need to stop at the prime numbers. So I have got 2 at the end of this branch. I have got 3 at the end of this branch. And I have got another 3 at the end of this branch. So where do I stop? When I get prime numbers. So I keep on splitting the numbers till I reach prime numbers. And this is how I can prime factorize 18. So this is the prime factorization of 18. How can I write it? So take this prime number 2. So 2 into 3. So I write a 3 here into another 3. So I write another 3 here. So this is the prime factorization of 18. 18 is equal to 2 into 3 into 3. This is the prime factorization of 18. That is writing down 18 in terms of its prime factors. 2 into 3 into 3. Notice that since 3 was there 2 times, or 3 was there at the end of 2 branches, I have written 3 2 times. Since 2 was there 1 time, I have written 2 just once. Now 18 was very happy that it has finally found a new method of prime factorization. This method is called the factor tree method. and then came the number 16. So 16 also wanted to find its prime factors. That is, 16 also wanted to have prime factorization using the factor tree method. How is that possible? Let us see. So 16 is 2 into 8. So I can write 16 as 2 into 8, or the two branches will be 2 and 8 because 16 is 2 into 8. So 16 can be split up as 2 and 8. Now if you look at this 2 is a prime number. So do I need to split it further? No, there is no need to split a prime number. So this will be the end of this branch. What about this branch? This branch has 8 at the end. Now 8 can be written as 2 into 4. So I will split up 8 as 2 and 4. So I split up 8 as 2 and 4. Now once again, this 2 is a prime number. So I don't need to do anything to this branch. But for this branch, I have 4. So 4 can be further split as 2 and 2. So I split up 4 as 2 and 2. Now I have got a 2 here. So I need to stop for this branch. And I have another 2 here. So I need to stop for this branch as well. So at the end of all the branches, I have 2, 2, 2 and 2, which is a prime number. So I have 4 2's here. 2 is a prime number, so I need to stop here. So this is how I have prime factorized 16 by using the factor tree method. But is this the only way? You might be thinking that 16 can also be broken down as 4 into 4. Right? We can break 16 as 4 into 4. So 4 and 4 can be the two branches or can be at the end of the two branches. This is also right. Now what do I do? This 4 is not a prime number. It is a composite number. So I break it as 2 into 2 because 4 is 2 into 2. So I split this 4 as 2 and 2. Now for this branch, I have a 2 which is a prime number. For this branch, I have a 2 which is a prime number. So I stop here. I don't need to split prime numbers further. And I have another 4 here, which will again be split as 2 and 2. So this is what I have. Now these two 2's will also not be required to be split. So I have these prime numbers at the end of the branches. How many 2's are here? 1, 2, 3 and 4. And how many 2's are here? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I have got 4 2's in both the cases. So I get the same result in both the cases. So 16 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. That is 2 multiplied 4 times. Why 4 times? Because we have got 4 2's here and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 2's here. So 4 2's multiplied together give us 16, and this is the prime factorization of 16. So no matter how you make your factor tree, both of these factor trees are actually correct. Both of them are correct. So you can make it like this or you can make it like this, and you will always get the same answer. In both the cases, we have got 4 2's. So you'll always get the same answer no matter how you do it. Now can you make the factor tree for 60 on your own? So let's do that. 60, 2 into 30. So remember, there are many ways in which you can make it. This is just one of the ways. So 60 can be written as 2 into 30. So these are two branches, 2 and 30. Now 2 is a prime number, so I don't need to split it. 30 can be further written as 2 into 15. So 30 can be written as 2 into 15. Now 2 is once again a prime number. What about 15? 15 can be split as 3 and 5. 3 into 5. So this is what I have. Now do you want to split 3? No, because it is a prime number. What about 5? 5 is again a prime number. So I have reached all the prime numbers. So I can write 60 as this 2 into this 2 into this 3 into this 5. This is 60 written in terms of prime numbers. So this is the prime factorization of 60. 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. So you can make the factor tree of 60 by other methods as well. In all the cases, you will get the same answer. So why do we need a factor tree? We need a factor tree to get the prime factors of a number. That is to write the number in terms of its prime factors or for the prime factorization of the number. Secondly, where do you stop? The prime factors are the ending branches of the tree. So when you get prime factors at the end of all the branches of the tree, then you stop and you get the final answer. So practice making factor tree for different numbers and you'll love doing it. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com to get all the learning resources as per CBSE, ICSE, IB, Cambridge or any other curriculum. Over 5,000 amazing lectures on maths, science, English and social science. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis along with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve the slightest of your doubts. And that's not all. You can also win exciting prizes like PlayStations, iPads, watches and many more along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So at deltastep.com, learning is not just fun and easy, it is rewarding too. So register for free now.